Now, this shot inspires me to ask you something.
Yeah.
You are a vegetarian.
Yes.
Why?
Because I love animals, and to me it's very clear that as most of us have experienced with having a cat or dog in our lives, you know they're beings with a soul of some kind, with feelings, with a mind, and it's very odd to me, this weird classification system we have where between pets and then other animals.
Hmm.
Why it's totally terrible to most Westerners to imagine eating a dog, and totally fine to eat a pig,
Yeah.
or a chicken, or a cow. If I pet a cow when I happen to be in, the countryside, I just, there's nothing more I want to do than just caress that animal.
Yeah. You don't want to eat it.
I don't want to hurt. I don't want to
Yeah.
hurt that animal. I don't want to be part of its suffering. And then I also think there's a crazy duplicity that, most people who aren't vegetarians, they'll say, well, it's natural that we eat other animals. We're animals, And then you'll talk about Rwanda or some other horrible genocide or tragedy, and people say, God, the people acted just like animals.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah.
So they use the same, identification with us as animals, both to excuse themselves or else to vilify others.
Yeah.
But it's the same term, and if you really take that coin in your hand, you're going to realize it's two sides of the same coin. And that brings to mind another thing, another small detail, fact of life. Everybody talks about the two sides of a coin,
Uh-huh.
They forget every coin has a third side. That's the third side of the coin.
The third side of the coin.
Which brings to mind a thought from Arrabal, a surrealist, Spanish surrealist, playwright. He said that every true poem is written with the poet's third hand. And I think that's ultimately, brother, why most poets are very poor, because they bet on the third side of the coin. And if you bet on the third side of the coin, it exists, as I just proved. But how often when you flip a coin is it going to land on the third side?
It would have been great if it landed on the third side right now, and I just happened to be taking a...
Yeah,
of course.
not too often.
No.
Not too often. So basically, as an artist, you're betting on the third side of the coin.
Right.
But, okay, back to vegetarian. So, yeah, I definitely feel, to me, it's an organic and good evolutionary step to become vegetarian, and I do encourage others to do it. I think it's a way of kind of building a bit more integrity into your life. And one definition of integrity is that you think, you say, and you do the same.
Yeah.
So if you think animals have a soul, or you can call your dog Fluffy or Juicy or Susie or whatever it is you call your dog, you think, wow, that dog has a being that's worthy of being honored and treated well. Well, you think that, but if you go around the corner and then you buy something at Kentucky Fried Chicken, KFC as they call it, I mean, let's face it, you're thinking one thing and you're doing something completely else.
Yeah.
So think, say, do the same. So I think I love animals, I say I love animals, and I do love them.
Yeah.
And one of the ways I show that I do is by not eating them.